I've been thinking about doing this video for about a month. It's about a subject that, if you're a parent, you may not want your child to watch this video. Not because it's a bad video, but because I'm talking about a subject that you may not want them to know about. When I was a freshman in high school, I was 14 years old. In my homeroom class, there was this little Caucasian fella that sat beside me with blonde hair. And he sat beside me, and I'm sure we probably chit-chatted, but I don't remember his name. It's probably about the first month of school, so this is around September. Our principal comes into the room probably about a month after school started, and he gives us the news that that young fella that was sitting beside me in homeroom, whom that's the only time I saw him during the day, was in homeroom, that he had unalived himself. And at the time, I remember thinking, this is the first time I've ever heard that I knew someone that had done that. You hear it in passing and you don't put much thought into it. But now you can say, man, I sat beside someone who made a decision to not be in this world anymore. And all these years later, I've every time I hear about someone who made that decision to unalive themselves, for whatever reason, I go back to that fella that sat beside me in homeroom. I have friends of family who've had their family members do that. I have coworkers that I knew personally who've done that. I've had coworkers who've had friends that I never met that have done that. I even had a coworker tell me that her sister was talking about their friend that they grew up with that had done that, and she says it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I don't know if that's true or not, but I understood what she was saying. If you don't know anything else, if I can't do anything else with this video, see, there's a saying out there that to the world you may be one person, but to one person you're their world. There's so many people out there that will miss you if you weren't around. Me being one of them. I've never met you. I have no idea who you are or where you're at in this world. But make no mistake about it, I would miss you if you weren't around. Because people are going to talk about you at some point in time. And that person that knew you may say, man, I had someone that I knew that unalived themselves. They committed suicide. And I would be saddened by that, just like I'm still saddened about that 14-year-old boy that sat beside me in homeroom all these years later. I've gone through things. I've never thought about doing that, and I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone else. It's just, but I went through something. I was having a rough time when I was 32, and somebody told me to write a letter, and I wrote a letter, and I put it underneath my mattress, and I knew the letter was underneath there, but some time went by. About 9 months went by, long enough to have a baby. And for whatever reason, I was sitting on the side of the bed this particular day, and this little voice said, hey, read the letter. And I read the letter, and I didn't even recognize the person that wrote that letter. In 9 months, that's how much I had changed, how much things had progressed for me. Now, I'm not saying that works for everybody. I'm just saying that someone told me to write a letter about where I was at. And I wrote it, and I remember thinking how therapeutic it was to go back and read that. Now, today, it's ironic that it was September when that little fella unalived himself all those years ago. And it's September now, and it's National Suicide Prevention Month. And tomorrow will be National Suicide Prevention Day. See, you may think that there's nobody out there that you can talk to, But there's so many people out there that want to sit down and they want to listen to you. They want to hear your story. But a lot of them have been where you're at. And they know exactly what they're doing when you talk to them. They're not trying to BS you. They just want you to hold on for another day. And that's what I'm going to end this video with. If today is the day that you're thinking about unaliving yourself, give life one more day. If tomorrow is the day that you're thinking about unaliving yourself, give life one more day. If the day after and the day after and the day after, I'm asking you to give life one more day. And it's my prayer that a year from now, after giving life one more day, giving each day and giving yourself another day, that you will be in a place that you go, damn, I don't even recognize who that person was a year ago. It's my prayer that 20 years from now, you go, I don't even recognize who I was then. Keep giving yourself another day. Just one more day. Because I promise you, there are people out there that will miss you if you weren't around. Me being one of them. I love you. I pray you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.